And I want to show this clip, 8B, about when he first became interested in mass shootings. Aaron, if you could.
And so you shared with me that you had this thought about shooting up a school.
For a very long time.
When did it first, and we talked about this earlier this morning, but when did the idea first pop in your mind, or you first think about it?
14, 13.
Age 13 or 14?
Yeah.
And what was it at age 13 or 14 again that this thought came up? Was it when you were reading the books that we were talking?
Yeah, I was reading the books.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did it ever go away, or did it kind of come and go?
Come and go, pop up in my mind one time and just disappear for the next.
What seemed to make it come and what seemed to make it go?
When I saw violent videos on YouTube.
Okay, what kind of violent videos did you see?
War videos. Syrian war videos.
And did that make it more go up or more go down?
More go up.
Okay.
And then I watched documentaries.
Okay, what kind of documentaries?
Columbine Massacre documentary.
Right.
I think it was 42 hours or something. There was same thing, but with Virginia Tech.
With Virginia Tech?
Yeah, Virginia Tech. And there was one on L.A. Rogers.
Okay, and did he give you any details about what he got from watching the mass murders?
Yes, he would explain that he learned several things. One, he learned about the weapons that they used. He learns what may be called tactical type moves, so how to watch your corners, for example. So he explained and described what that meant. So if someone's coming around or behind you in the corner, how to watch so that can also help you complete your shootings. He talked about different strategies about entering quickly if you want to accomplish your goal, and maybe how to exit. And he described different types of ammunition to me that could be used. And at times he described during the interview his knowledge of how long it might take the police to get to a school, the limited time you might have to accomplish shooting as many people as you wanted to shoot, and moving into the shooting itself, he talked in much more detail about the preparation.
Okay. And I'd like to play clip 8C, Aaron, please.
Do you remember if you ever kind of searched out on the internet ways to do a school shooting? Yes.
I did my own research.
Yeah, tell me what research you did.
I looked up on Wikipedia. I studied mass murderers and how they did it, like their plans and what they got and what they used.
And what did you learn from that kind of study?
I learned that the Columbine shooters, they had 3 guns that they used. They used High Point 9995, regular. They used a double barrel shotgun cut down, pistol grip. They used another shotgun, and they used a Tech 9. I learned that from there. I learned Virginia Tech shooter. He had a tactical vest, and he had 2 pistols, Glock 9s, I think. I can't remember. I don't remember what brand, but he went to the gun range and he sighted them in.
Okay.
And I learned about Aurora Borealis. Guy used a Smith & Wesson MP1542. And how I know he used it, it doesn't even say on Wikipedia, but it actually shows the brand on police documents.
Okay. And so you figured that out,
yeah,
what he used?
Yeah.
And when you said Aurora Borealis?
Movie theater shooting in Colorado.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
James Holmes. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, and were there any lessons you learned? I mean, those are sort of the facts of what they did. Did you learn anything from reading those facts?
Yeah, they watched the corners. They kept the distance away from people. And they went in as fast as possible.
Okay.
And the police didn't do anything.
And what did all that mean to you as far as what you're thinking about
my thinking is if I do go on school campus, the police are not going to do anything, and I have a small opportunity to shoot people for maybe 20 minutes.
Okay, and I want to show you now State's Exhibit 444, 440, 439, and 438. Dr. Scott, and ask you, you recognize that that's the social media?
Yes.
Okay, and is that what you were describing, the various shootings that he told you he researched on the internet?
Yes.
Okay. And I want to show you, you mentioned Carrie Jan's records.
Yes.
So I want to show you, Dr. Scott, counsel, I showed it to you. It's pages 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 58, 148, 112, 125, 124, and 139. I ask you, Dr. Scott, have you reviewed these documents?
Yes, I have.
Okay. And how did those documents from Carrie Jan aid you in forming your opinion?
I would say two key areas. One is, this is during mostly the 8th grade period, but some of the 7th grade period, but mostly the 8th grade, her behavior log. And it establishes many of the conduct disorder criteria we talked about on Tuesday. And I gave you several examples from her records and behavior log about that. But it also establishes that he was starting to have these interests in guns and shooting and violence as early as the 8th grade. And it also indicates that he's having some preoccupation with what could be called inappropriate sexual pictures that are being drawn on his homework. And so she records that he has some stick figures, for example, shooting each other. So there's this interest, as depicted in his own drawings, about people killing each other. As another therapist during this time, had described that he had had dreams of blood, but it was dreams of blood after killing people. So he had these kind of dreams, and this is reflected subsequently on some of the drawings and work that he does. Even if a topic was brought up, for example, about the killing of President Lincoln, he would ask questions such